Indianapolis for 4 seasons. Last year, he backed up Tua in Miami. Tua is the running back. He is second in the league in rushing after a couple of weeks. Take on Barkley of the Giants on top. Start on the ground. He spent a lot of time on the ground. Tonight, game of one. Kevin Stefanski starts his third season as the Cleveland head coach. Took them to the playoffs and won a playoff game. First time they did that since 1994 when they beat Pittsburgh 2 years ago. 2015, his regular season mark, 1-1 in postseason.
Done a nice job with Brissett the first couple of weeks. He's been very efficient. They put him in very comfortable situations. Till late in the game last week against the Jets, but he's trying to bring them back.
Second down, 9. With the shove again. Big holes he exploits. And then leaps at the 39-yard line, taking down that. It's Nico Fitzpatrick. He jumped up first down.
Yeah, you see the play side blocks, but the backside block is just as important. You see double teams all up there, dual blocks. What a great job there on the left side with Wills and Antonio. But they just seal off that backside and open it up. So great blocking on the play side, but to really hit a big one in this running game, you got to do a nice job of sealing it on the backside as well.
First time in the gun. Set. Gets it away before it goes down. And it's incomplete. Steelers, in their first game of the season against Cincinnati, had 7 sacks. Of course, they're minus T.J. Watt. Last week, no sacks.
Well, that's the thing I think everybody's interested in seeing, especially if you're a Steelers fan, is without T.J. Watt, how does this team get home? Can they get pressure? We didn't see it last week, as you mentioned. And here early, gets back in that gun, and they are able to apply that pressure.
There is T.J. Torn pectoral muscle. He could be back. They hope in a couple of weeks. They put him on IR. It's Hunt in motion. Pass is caught here by Amari Cooper. They picked him up in the offseason in a trade with the Cowboys, and Cam Sutton makes the tackle there early third down.
You just know the tradition of the Steelers. Mike Tomlin, they get backed into a corner off of a loss. People start questioning them about decision making. That's usually when they come out and play with a bit of an attitude and a chip on their shoulder.
Out of huddle right now. Brissett. Back it up. Keeps his eyes downfield. Fires and deflected and incompleted pass by Levi Wallace. So after one first down, off they go now, and in comes the punting group.
He's just a little bit late on this throw. You can also see to the middle here the rookie David Bell, who is open. He's got him if he wants him. But look, if this ball's thrown now, it's a first down. But he waits just to be sure, and he allows the defender to be able to come over there and knock that away, and Levi Wallace.
Corey Mahorquez, who has been with Green Bay and before that Buffalo, to send it down toward Gunnar Olszewski.
I'm not trying to do that.
front. The shores of Lake Erie, wind gusting, and the shores start from the 20
Shut up.
line. It's been a
Look at his shoulders turn to make a very accurate throw to Deontay Johnson. This is an offense, as you said, dink and dunk. I love in our meeting this morning, small ball, is what you called it, a baseball reference. They've got to take some shots downfield tonight to stretch this defense.
exactly what it's been through 2 games. Only 2 offensive touchdowns. Won in those contests. Harris, taken down 35 yard line in his second year. Meanwhile, Trubisky started with Chicago last year in Buffalo, backing up Josh Allen. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a very low rating. The rating is always normally league-wide in the 90s.
Last week was a rough outing for him. Had happy feet, was getting out of the pocket a little bit early, just never really found his rhythm.
2nd and 8. Harris again. Picks up about 3 up to the 37-yard line. Jordan held it number 96. Stops him there. 3rd down and 5 for the Steelers.
So if you're the Browns, you're attacking the line of scrimmage on early down. So if you get beat on a boot, so be it. Your corners are going to have to hold up one-on-one. But you want to make Trubisky, after last week, beat you from the pocket throwing the football.
But Joe Woods holding in the defense. He's come under fire this week after the meltdown last week. Trubisky will go deep downfield, and it's broken up. Again, he goes for Deontay Johnson, and Denzel Ward is able to break up the play, 4th down.
You know, I think if you're a Steelers fan, even though it's incomplete, you're just saying, hey, they threw it downfield. It's nice to see them take a shot one-on-one against Denzel Ward, who's been questioned and talked about a lot because of the last couple of weeks. There's Garrett, 3rd down. You got to keep him out. Good job to give Trubisky enough time, but the one-on-one shot there on 3rd down ends up falling to the ground.
Wesley Harvin to send it down toward the just activated Chester Rogers. Calls for, makes the 3rd down. At the 23-yard
Short
line.
break.
About 4 minutes into the game. York missed the extra point 99. Just didn't have a timeout. Flacco threw a 66-yard TD pass. They converted still 94. Then the Jets recovered an outside kick and went down to 82%. Flacco threw a TD pass, and the Browns' probability was 21.8%.
Everybody talks about the last few plays by the defense, but the offense scoring, missing an extra point, everybody involved there.
Those are next-gen stats powered by AWS. So from the 23-yard line, give it to Chubb. A lot of people thought Chubb should have fallen down and scored the touchdown. I mean, still, even though he went in, they missed the extra point. You have a 13-point lead. That was what you call a smorgasbord of failure last year.
Yeah, and I mean, all the years that you've been covering games, do you ever see a finish like that? I mean, I've never seen a team quite give it up like that.
Not since the Browns about 20 years prior against, I think it was the Bears.
Okay.
Yep, close. Second down and 8.
It was like the football god said, this is not happening today for you.
You can't go to 2-0. That's caught by Kareem Hunt, and he gets tackled immediately. On the 27-yard line by Miles Jack, the former Jacksonville Jaguar.
Nice to see how they get both Chubb and Hunt in together. You know, you look at Kareem Hunt, what he brings to the table here. I mean, he'd be starting at most backfields in the NFL, and you get them on the field together. Both of them can catch the ball, so it really puts a lot of pressure on the defense to know where that football might be going.
The same Kareem Hunt, who with Kansas City as a rookie led the league in rushing. 4 receivers set to the left. Receivers almost nothing they do. Get them to jump offside. So 3rd and 6, that's Alex Highsmith who had 3 sacks in opening day. Makes it official. That's going to make it 3rd down and 1 now.
You and I were talking at the break. It kind of has a feeling of that kind of game, right? A little play like this, you go from 3rd and long to now 3rd and much more manageable. Obviously, 3rd and 1, you can run the football with Chubb, you can pick up a first down. So remember that. See if they're able to take advantage of it.
Feels like a field position.
Field position,
doesn't it?
special teams, penalties, who makes an error.
Stays in the backfield. 3rd down and 1. Brissett under pressure. It's set. So that is Larry Ogunjobi who comes in. He's the first guy in there. And it's 4th down.
Well, with that pressure from Highsmith, they slide to the left. They're going to move this way, and it frees up a nice gap there for Ogunjobi to be able to slide through there. Little miscommunication there with the right guard, Wyatt Teller, not able to come down hard enough to help Posick out. They were sliding because of that blitz, and 3rd and 1, they throw the football, and it backfires.
So Borges with his second punt. His first was 61 yards. Gross went into the end zone. And this one much shorter. And it bounds out of bounds around midfield. And that may have been tipped. Looked like Miles Killebrew got a heave on it back to 30 seconds.
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
Let's take a break.
Make the mistakes. And you know what's crazy?
It starts from the 48-yard line. Harris exploits that hole and picks up 9, taken down inside the 40-yard line by Grant Delpit. Anthony Walker there as well, 2nd down and 1.
That's what you like to see for Najee Harris, is a chance to have a little bit of room to work. Mason Cole, the center, Kevin Dotson, that left guard. opening it up, letting 22 get downhill a little bit, build up some of that momentum. He's not had a lot of opportunities in the first 2 weeks to be able to show what he can do.
Gave him a nice spot. Looked like he picked up about 9.5. They gave him the full 10. So it's a first down at the 38-yard line. Once again, spin move to the 34-yard line. So Harris was drafted last year out of Alabama in the first round, 24th overall pick. They used him a ton. He's a three-down back, had over 300 carries and over 70 receptions last season.
I had to wait, pay his dues in college behind Josh Jacobs, Damian Harris. Then he comes to as a rookie, and he, as you said, he's one of all the backs in the NFL. He needed a little bit of spot too. That's why you're seeing now Jalen Warren as a rookie will help him out a little bit.
To the outside they go here. Nothing happening. George Pickens, another receivers set to the right. So looks that way, fires that way, caught, and that's Donovan Peoples-Jones making his first catch and enough for a first down.
Yeah, even when Amari Cooper doesn't catch the ball, he gets the defense's attention, and it gives the other receivers an opportunity. Cooper's to the inside, to our right with Peoples-Jones. Defense is aware of where he is. You can see both of them. So Sutton 20 even had his eyes to the inside, and that's why Brissett recognizes that, gets the ball to the outside, and down to Peoples-Jones.
Chubb back in. Here's Hunt to Peoples-Jones and back to Brissett. A lot of razzle-dazzle, and Hunt with a hurdle move might have picked up the first down. A lot of stuff going on. Leaping over Witherspoon along the way.
Watch the veteran offensive line try to sell this to the right. Just like, no, don't mind us. We're just going to collectively hang out over here. Don't pay attention to us. Ball's not coming this way. Yes, it is. And then they take off. Just enough for that first down.
Okay.
What?
I'll do this. Munch.
So Stefanski goes to the back of the playbook, and it works here. Chubb is the back. Take the in. Set with time. Fires to the outside, and that is Amari Cooper along the sideline, making the grab. Another first down. Witherspoon covering on the play.
Big cushion, respect for Amari Cooper. And there's the timing and the efficiency from Brissett. You give him a chance to put his foot in the ground, one hitch, get the ball out. He's going to dial up Cooper every time. Nobody's challenging him right now. They respect him, and even gets Witherspoon to turn there at the top of the route, giving him that much more room. Gets the left foot down. Nice catch.
Cooper's already dropping into a little hoping to break up the play. Second down.
Well, Adams, we saw the ball down, and this time it's posted 57 right in the middle. Just see him blow that play up right from where it goes. That's one way to stop Nick Chubb. Just throw the center into the backfield, into his lap.
There is T.J. Watt, torn pectoral muscle. Oh. Again, hope to have him back. They do. Maybe in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So, 3 game. Kaylee talked about that.
2nd and 9. It's caught. Again, they go to the tight end. David Njoku making his third grab for the half.
Really good situation down in the red zone. 3rd and short.
Carl Austin, the Steelers defensive coordinator, saying his alignment on a 3rd down and 3. Another good-looking drive by the Browns. Hunt. Inside the 10, it'll be first down and goal for Cleveland. Bush makes the tackle.
Or out Antonio again, one of the top guards, Pro Bowler in left guard. They seal it to the right on the edge. I've seen this play a couple times now. That pin and pull. Watch the receivers doing their job. You just want to free up Big 75. Give him a chance to blow somebody up, which he does. Remember, this is Pittsburgh Steelers defense. They played more snaps than anybody in these first 2 weeks. Now you got short week, trying to rotate as many bodies in as they can to stay fresh.
The 1st and goal, Brissett in the pocket, fires, caught, touchdown. David Njoku.
Touchdown again. What the hell?
He goes 71 yards, 9 plays.
What the hell going on?
Takes a little less than 6 minutes. Back up on top.
Come on, Steelers.
Dial up Edmonds again. The safety inside and has outside leverage. Watch him drop to the outside, making it easy for Njoku to be able to work on that glance route to the touchdown. Again, Brissett in rhythm and in timing with these receivers and tight ends.
He's 11 of 16 for 92 yards. The extra point off the upright is no good.
Wow.
So York, the big hero, 58-yard field goal on opening day with a missed extra point last week. Didn't look to be consequential, but it was.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. Hey, we on break real quick. I'll be right back.
The period through 1969, the Steelers were pretty terrible. One playoff appearance. The Browns won 4 NFL championships. But since the merger, AFL, NFL in 1970, of course, the Steelers have won 6 Super Bowls. The Browns, and I know Browns fans are sick of hearing it, no Super Bowl appearances, third lowest win percentage in the NFL.
I would say, despite all that, as passionate a fan base
Yes,
as there is in the NFL, love their Brownies, stick with them through thick and thin. Every year they think, this is the year. This is the year.
right.
They have a good team this year.
One of these years,
Right.
it will be the year.
Right. Well, this Browns secondary, although they're talented and experienced, they've had some miscues that have cost them, giving up some big touchdowns. If you notice, one common theme is zone coverage, miscommunication, bust. This was last week, letting a back out of the backfield. You can see Delpit turn around and kind of shrug his shoulders here. Is it the safety, Delpit? Is it the corner? It's zone. So tonight, you're seeing a lot more communication, everybody getting on the same page. Big emphasis of that this week by this defense and the staff.
From the 25, they begin this drive, rolling right, throwing, that's caught, 8-yard gain. Deontay Johnson steps in and out.
And I think the other thing we're seeing is all those busts were in zone coverage. Tonight, they're playing a lot more man-to-man with Joe Woods, the defensive coordinator, trying to lock these receivers up. Although the Steelers, coming into it, this game, they've not done a good job of getting the ball downfield. They've made a much better attempt at giving these receivers a chance to make plays against that man coverage.
Browns defense had a players-only meeting this week. Players-only meetings are not that unusual, but they certainly are after 2 weeks.
Absolutely, yeah.
Second down and 2 at the 33.
First down, Steelers.
Harris started to stumble, but maintains his balance to pick up the first down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see
Hey, this is a good game,
go
bro.
back to mixing in the tempo. That last drive where they were able to drive, you mixed up tempo, they had different formations, personnel groups. They were running the football, they were taking some shots, they were running some boots, moving the launch point. Just a real good job of mixing things up and keeping the Browns defense off balance.
Trubisky, 7 of his first 8 for 73 yards. They actually look at, escapes.
Oh, good throw. Good throw, boy.
Browns territory. Deontay Johnson again is the man.
Good throw, boy.
Harris did a nice block that time.
He sure did. He took out Jacob Phillips. This is what he brings to the table, right? I mean, his athletic ability. 50 Phillips comes in. There's the block, Al, you're talking about. And then he's able to pull away from a potential sack, and that's what he can bring, that athletic ability, and then eyes downfield and making a throw.
And that's a block with a capital B and an exclamation point. And Harris chucks his way to the 43-yard line for gain of 5.
I think we all felt on the Zoom yesterday when we got done talking with the Steelers, Trubisky has a little bit of a kind of an edge to him, a little bit of an attitude, and I think he's maybe had that his whole career when people have doubted him. Things didn't go that well in Chicago. Last year he's in Buffalo, and now here, and people are already saying, hey, you ever heard of the rookie? You ever heard of Ryan Pickett? And he's just, I think he's fed up, and he showed up tonight ready to play football.
Now there is Pickett, who was the only quarterback pick in either of the first 2 rounds in the draft. Jalen Warren's now back in the game. Give it to him. He goes towards the corner.
Oh, he fumbled.
Ball is out.
Come on, bro.
Who's got it?
Steelers.
Johnson got on top of that.
Steelers ball.
The rookie's running hard, but he doesn't take care of the football, and he's lucky that Johnson is there to pick it up. Not John Johnson, who knocked it loose, but Deontay Johnson, 18, who was there blocking, and then just was able to look down and locate the football.
Yeah, boy.
So the run is good for 17 yards. Warren has carried 4 times for 37 yards. Harris 7 times for 31. The game in the sideline. Meanwhile, Willis Garrett, fairly quiet night for him at this point. Jadavian Clowney, who would be on the inside normally, not active tonight with an ankle injury. And Harris can go nowhere. 122 is taken down by another.
They are getting those safeties down against this running game, especially on early downs. That's where that play action boot is so effective. See these safeties starting to cheat, delp it. They're putting 8, sometimes 9 on these early downs. I think you'll see some adjustments made by Matt Canada go a little bit more to those play action, early down play action to be able to get him and move that launch point, create a one-on-one matchup on the outside.
2nd and 9. Haven't gone to the sideline frying booth yet. Handed off to Claypool, coming around from the outside and able to thread his way for
First down.
That's a staple of Matt Canada's offense. Sometimes he uses it as eye candy, as a distraction. Other times he'll give it. Usually it's a smaller receiver that's quick. He's elected to use Claypool in a lot of these jet sweeps because of his speed and his size to break tackles.
Using the fast-paced offense to great advantage tonight as Harris gets up
1st and goal.
and gets to the 4.
This
Steelers.
looks like a different offensive line from last week to this week. James Daniels with a big-time block that time, just pushing Brian out of that hole and opening it up.
Again, no huddle, 1st and goal from the 5. Harris just inside the 2-yard line with 4.5 to go to the half.
This offensive line last week, it's a lot of new faces. Mason Cole, James Daniels have come in. They're trying to still build continuity for Mike Tomlin and Matt Canada. And, tonight we're seeing a little bit of a different attitude. Watch the right guard, Daniels, just kind of putting that defensive tackle right on his back. Mason Cole up to the linebacker. Much more communication.
Hey, Steelers by the score.
Daniels coming over from Chicago. Right there with Trubisky. 2nd down and goal. Mitch.
Touchdown.
Himself dives in for the score. So Mitch Trubisky
Ready.
able to get it in. They go 10 plays, 75 yards.
And the Steelers will not miss this extra point.
He looks over the board. Ruled a touchdown initially, but the knee is down there and the ball doesn't appear. Well,
But the lefty stayed up. The right knee obviously hits. But watch that left knee. I think that
it grazes it.
It's close.
It grazes it. Look from pylon. Does he get in? That was a second down play. Terry McCauley, you're looking at what you see.
I am, Al, and it appears to me the ball is just breaking the plane when that knee touch.
Right is there. If it's the right knee that's not first, it's a touchdown. Meanwhile, they ruled it a touchdown. So now Boswell for the extra point to give them the lead, which he does. It started out as a slog. We may have a shootout.
And what a different.
All right, we're taking a break, bro.
Ben Roethlisberger retires. Trubisky's here.
UNFL's personal conduct policy. He can return to the facility for meetings and conditioning only on October 10th. Then a month later, he's eligible to return to practice with the team. On the 28th, can return to the active roster, and the first time he could play would be December 4th, week 13, potential first game against the team that traded him, the Texans. So, a tremendously controversial deal on so many levels, obviously. The owners around the league weren't happy about it. And a $230 million fully guaranteed contract for the man who they hope is the franchise quarterback. Boswell to kick off here. Since that one about 3 yards into the end zone, and Jerome Ford will run this one back to the 12-yard.
Now, part of Watson's settlement requires that he receive treatment. Here, that's ongoing. The most vital condition to his reinstatement is that his clinician, who was approved by the league and players' union, has final determination as to whether Watson faithfully and fully participated in this treatment plan. If that happens, the settlement calls for reinstatement in accordance with the timeline defined in his suspension, and it stipulated that he must only use team massage therapists for the remainder of his career.
Daily, $230 million guaranteed doesn't motivate you to do the things you need to do. I give up. Ball's at the 12-yard line. Over the middle, that's caught. Also, every team wants a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
These guys, they had Johnny Manziel. That didn't work out. They drafted Baker Mayfield, pretty good for a while. He's in Carolina right now. Is Watson the guy? If he's not, maybe they'll just exhume Otto Graham. On 2nd and 4, that is caught. Big night for Njoku, who hangs his way out to the 37-yard line.
Right now, you're seeing
That nigga turned up on the knee.
Talked about the open and what I like about him being complementary to what they like to do running the football. But here in obvious passing situations, they're clearly trying to move the ball and up tempo. See how calm he is, working through his progressions, finding the open man.
Both teams going up tempo tonight.
Damn. And again.
Njoku makes another catch.
Now,
7 catches.
I apologize. He's just right now. He's attacking the interior. He's finding those linebackers who are not able to match
Hey, this is a good game,
finding
bro.
the soft spot in the zone. And Njoku is, outside of Amari Cooper, is a go-to target for him.
7 catches ties Njoku's career high as Nick Chubb takes the ball into Steeler territory as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
The start to this drive, set in command. Let the clock work down here. Maybe not.
Off to the line, 2:01, 2 minutes. Here's the stoppage. 2 minutes to halftime. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We're taking a little short break. I'll be right back when we start up.
Thursday night.
Receiver Sterling Shepard downfield for a 65-yard touchdown in New York's win over the Titans. That long-lasting protection play was brought to you by Head & Shoulders Scout Shield Technology. It's never not working to get you up to 100% dandruff protection.
There's our halftime crew, dressed for the elements. Trubisky stretching the field. That unbelievable catch by Pickens, Richard Sherman. We'll talk about that. Tony Gonzalez talking about that Browns offense coming up the half. I mean, yesterday is 85 degrees. Tony's got the scarf on tonight. Temperature right now is 59.
Sharp down there.
2nd and 7 from the 50. Here's Chubb.
That's not Chubb. That's Kareem Hunt.
It's Hunt to the 39-yard line. Kareem Hunt. Right 1A is the way to
Come on,
put
Nick
it.
Chubb.
No doubt. It should be. Posick to center. Great job. Wyatt Teller. This offensive line is really coming together here. Playing great football. You can see the push that they get. It's the 55, 77. And there's the vision. Put his foot in the ground, got vertical, and picked up the first down.
I wanted a trade in the offseason. Team said, nope. From the 39-yard line. Here he goes again, but this time goes nowhere. Broken up by Malik Reed. Came over from Denver as a free agent. 2nd down.
Reed is One everybody wants to see step up with TJ Watt. You know, they use a lot of different guys with Watt down, and that time 50 did a great job of fighting off of that block to be able to make that play.
Under a minute. 2nd and 10. To the outside. Swing it to Hunt. Nice tackle is there. For Jaguar Miles Jack stops him. Clock is stopped at 50 seconds.
At the beginning of this drive, they had a little bit more urgency. You know, I thought they were thinking about attacking to get 6 on the board. Remember, with the wind, I mean, we're seeing extra points that are in question. So keep that in mind as you know they're continuing to. I think they got to get the first down, and then you're thinking about trying to maybe take a shot or two, try to get 6 points.
Timeout taken here by Pittsburgh. And we're back in 30 seconds.
Back in 30 seconds.
You know you want those Wingstop classic wings. Crispy.
And 8. Coming up for the Browns at the 37-yard line. We said 15 of 20, 75%, 129 yards. Good protection. It's caught, but short of the first down. David Bill makes the grab. Cam Sutton makes the tackle. 2.
Sutton trying to stay with the rookie David Bell out of Purdue on that crosser. I'm going to call a timeout and talk about this.
Interesting choice with the wind the way it is. Very.
Got him lined up clear to the outside. He's going to work across. They're just trying to make Sutton have to work through some traffic. He does a good job of getting separation, but Sutton doesn't give up on the play. I think we'll keep him short of that first down.
Steelers are going to get the ball to start the second half. Cleveland won the toss, and they elected to receive at the outset. So now it's 4th down and 2 to keep the offense out on the field.
The way Brissett right now is throwing, I mean, conventional wisdom says Chubb to run the ball, but Brissett, man, he's in a zone with his decision making, finding matchups to his advantage.
He may be a placeholder, but not in his mind.
No.
Hunt comes into the slot. The shit looks the other way. Now over the middle. Throws. Caught. And up for the first down. Cooper makes the catch.
That was a zone. What an effort by Cooper to get around Kareem Hunt. And you know, then I thought he might settle down, but he continued to cross. Made it tougher on Brissett, who had to have a kind of a jump pass to get it over the defender and get it to him. I thought he might settle right here. It's not man-to-man. Instead, he continues on, and it make Brissett, like I said, have to go up in the air and make that throw right there over the linebacker.
Needed 2. Got it. Timeout taken by Cleveland. They have 1 left. Another review is going to be looked at right now to make sure he caught it under review.
Oh, right back up this break.
It was ruled a catch. We think they're going to overturn it here. It's pretty clear in looking at the replay that the ball came out. So 27 seconds. They need to put a couple of more seconds back on the clock. Here's Martin.
Pass is incomplete.
What?
Cleveland will not recharge their timeout if they're able to play. 3 seconds. 3-0 in the game clock, please.
They put 3 seconds.
Yeah. Again, if Cooper settles in that zone and doesn't you on, it's much easier to play, but instead the throw is a tough throw to make. Good effort by Cooper, but usually the sure-handed Cooper is able to secure that for the first down, but the ball just gets away from him right at the end and it hits the ground.
So now the Steelers, Tomlin knows, 30 seconds. They have 1 timeout, and they will get the ball to start the second half. Empty the backfield on first down. Trubisky 8 out of 9. Ton of time. Protection is great before it starts to break down the flag in the secondary.
Before the pass was thrown. Holding. Defense number 21. Audio penalty. Automatic first down.
Denzel Ward taking Johnson down.
That right hand, that's what Denzel Ward is known for. This is man-to-man skills. You can't put your hand on the receiver downfield.
Takes the ball out to the 37 now. That took 5 seconds off the clock. 25 seconds to halftime. 4-man rush. Trubisky buys time. Fires caught at the 43-yard line, taken down there, inbounds, and the clock will be stopped on their final timeout. Claypool making the grab.
Now, Trubisky is so comfortable rolling to the outside. Cover 2, you have 2 safeties that are back here and back here. It opens up the middle, and then eventually Claypool was working all the way back here. See that opening in that zone. Great job of just waiting. He knows he's going in there. It's a great throw right to him, and they got a real shot here.
So they got 17 seconds. You got a great field goal kicker in Boswell. You know, they've opened up the playbook, obviously, doing more things tonight than they did in the first game. But I think the biggest thing has been the pace, quick pace.
Yeah, they've changed up the tempo. They've been able to run the ball. The offensive line, let's face it, the offensive line's done a much better job tonight. And I think Matt Canada is in sync tonight with his quarterback as well.
No question. Trubisky again has time. Flyers. Out of bounds that time. Claypool clears the 10-yard receiver. And they've got 12 seconds.
Well, he had Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson, after the throw, was frustrated. It was like Johnson read one coverage and Trubisky read another. You could see the frustration there. It's been a couple tough weeks for these receivers when they felt that they've been open and they want the ball. It's the first time we've seen some names there on the outside.
Yeah, Johnson very frustrated last week on a couple of occasions. 2nd and 10. No timeouts. Deep drive, steps up, fires, nothing there. Pickens the intended receiver, covered well, and now you got only 6 ticks.
Good coverage downfield. They played man with the corners, had 2 safeties to support behind. Martin Emerson, 23, who, by the way, is doing a really good job in these first 3 games.
Man, near the ball now.
Browns defense right where he needed to be in man coverage.
Indoors, you might try a 61-yard field goal.
Near the ball now.
Outside in Cleveland tonight.
Yeah, want to listen to me.
Barring a defensive foul, which figures to be.
Oh, you near the ball now.
Half an hour. Cleveland will take a timeout.
Oh, he did near the ball
All
now.
right, my man, we're going to head down to Cincinnati. Go down I-71 for next week's game.
What a matchup between these two.
Yeah, the Dolphins with that Fantastic company high win over the Ravens. And Tua and company taking on the Bengals, trying to get it going. 0-2. Of course, these guys, LSU and Alabama in 2019. Take a look at that with LSU. Burrow 393, Tua 418, 7 touchdowns between the two.
And it was just one of those, just which quarterback is going to have the ball last. Tua, remember, had some injuries that year, came back, and just a shootout. Really propelled LSU onto a national championship that year.
What do we do again on I-71?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well,
Well, you know, of course, you have some Ohio roots back in your day.
Many moons ago, many harvest moons ago. And possum up moons.
Nail the ball down, bro.
3rd and 10.
Oh my God.
Trubisky rolling and throwing. Incomplete in the end of the half. Difference in this extra point, 14-13 Pittsburgh leads it at the break. Mercedes-Benz halftime show of the game coming up after the break.
After the break. Be right back.
To Sunday's game, two teams that potentially could be going to the Super Bowl. The team that posted the show immediately following the game, forward on Prime Video.
Hey Mercedes, take me to Cincinnati.
Welcome to the Mercedes-Benz halftime show. What a game. And right there, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on the shores of Lake Erie. Welcome back, everybody, to Cleveland with the Steelers and the Browns. And this one, a tight one, 14-13. I'm Curtis Fitzpatrick, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Tony Gonzalez. So guess what? We wanted a game. We got ourselves a game. It's the longest rivalry in NFC, living up to expectations. Tony, from the Browns that you like so far?
Well, you just like said right there, coming into the game, and they're a run team, run first, run second. Nick Chubb, the best duo in the NFL, and they did do that. They were able to run football effectively with Nick Chubb. Had himself a fine first half, getting up the field and making some plays. But when you run the ball, it opens things up in the passing game. And Amari Cooper, one of the best in the business, like I said before in the pregame. 4 times he's gone over 1,000 yards. And then David Njoku, the tight end, 7 times thrown to him, 7 times caught. In the second half, guess what?
That nigga gonna fight.
His career high, finding that soft spot in the zone. Jacoby Brissett doing a nice job.
Yeah, Jacoby's doing a great job, and this is what you expect out of him. Not very exciting, but efficient. He's throwing the ball, he's making the right decisions, and they have a lead. And here's what I want to see with Mitchell Trubisky. Continue to throw the ball down the field. He's doing a great job. We saw 2 shots, not 1 but 2 that he put down the field. This first one here, even though he didn't complete it, Deontay Johnson knows the ball's coming downfield, and so does my man, George Pickens, with the big catch.
Look.
Hey, he said he always open.
And this is what Mitchell does well too. Avoids the rush. And this is what I'm talking about. When you want to inspire a football team, dive head first into the end zone for a little TD.
Tony was calling for his job before this thing. Mr. Ohio is coming through. He's got that hometown crowd behind him, playing well, playing that up-tempo. Matt Canada calling a good game so far. He looks more comfortable. He said Tomlin wanted to exercise patience. He looks patient. Now, George Pickens, the question is the catch better than, dare I say, Odell? So let's take a look.
Yeah. What? Am I supposed to buy him? George Pickens? Look.
Easy.
Oh. No, look. What's up? Look, what's up? What the fuck? It ain't even bobble. It ain't even move.
But that Odell catch was a once in a lifetime. But that does not negate how incredible this catch was.
Yeah.
He said, hey, Mitch, you throw me the ball, trust me, I'm going to go get it. 90% of the time I go, he was in his jacket. And he still caught this ball.
We erupted watching that in the green room. That was quite a catch.
Phenomenal catches right there. From a guy who did that for a living, that is incredible.
But the ball came over here on the sideline, and you ran away from it. How come you didn't try to catch that one?
My days are over.
I told you, I was supposed to cheat.
Come back next week. What a matchup we got. Tua and that explosive offense versus the defending AFC champ, the Dolphins Bengals live from Cincinnati. Next Thursday night coverage
What the goddamn?
on Prime Video. Well, a lot of people watching this evening. Guess what? One of those people, of course, Kyle's own LeBron James tweeting out, yes, sir. Loving the action. Thanks for watching, LeBron. We'll be back with more right after this.
Yep, right after this.
Time now for Electric Moments presented by Mercedes-Benz. We're going back to that first touchdown of the game rounds in the red zone. Look at that cushion. Steelers giving Amari Cooper 6.89 yards between him and that corner. An easy release for Cooper to help Zach puts it right in the star receiver's hand. Browns get on the board. And we've got a great game going on here. And if you didn't get a chance to catch the latest edition of TNF tonight before the game exclusively on Prime Video, here's what you missed. Well, welcome everybody to TNF tonight. Brownie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Impressive. We got
That's another chain.
Tony's got the heat warmers, he's got the gloves and the blanket, and Joko's out there shirtless. I mean, you know,
That was insane.
it is so cold out here, guys. I ain't gonna lie.
How big will the Mitch Trubisky fan club be Thursday night?
I think it'll be pretty big. I got a bunch of friends and family coming to the game. I know everyone's excited.
This has been my career, buddy.
Now, he's not Fitz magic. You know, we figured that out earlier. Only one and all. But he is doing magical things for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Every Eddie Murphy movie is life. And when I was in the locker room, I felt like it was that scene. I'm the pappy. I'm that baby's daddy.
That was good.
Coach Mike Talma told us, so with that torn pectoral muscle, TJ Watt has been placed on the injured reserve.
Leading the dog pedal, I get the break a guitar and kind of get the crowd going. So
Donovan Mitchell, everybody.
let's go, Browns! Here we go!
What a trooper. Wit in the dog pound. All right, we got a 1-point game here. Let's go down the line quickly. What do you want to see in the second half? Sure.
I want to see some defense. Like, stop the run, both teams.
Okay, Sherm, we'll see some defense. What I want to see, we've got 2 missed kicks. We've got a missed field goal by Boswell. We've got a missed PAT by my man, K-Dor. So how are they going to deal with the win? This feels like one of those games that's going to come down to the very end. Chris Boswell, baby, he's the vet.
Honestly, I think from the Pittsburgh Steelers side, what we saw in that first out of Mitch Trubisky, and I said, hey, if he doesn't do it, bench him, put Kenny in. But at the same time, he comes out and plays like this. That is Mitch Trubisky at his finest right there. And I love how he's responding to the
You're on the Trubisky train now?
The Trubisky train. I don't even know if he has 100 yards yet, but he's trying to hit your over. He's trying to hit your over now.
He's at 109 yards.
He has 109?
He's 9 for 12 in that win game, playing great ball. Playing more football. After that break, after that, coming back, Albert and Kaylee have the call, but we're having fun here in Cleveland. It's a game, the kids are on the field, the band is not on the field, the mascots are. Stay with us.
It's crazy. We'll be back after the break.
After the break.
The NFL season continues Sunday on CBS and Fox, followed by 49ers Broncos on Sunday Night Football on NBC.
We got a bye week.
NBC concludes with Monday Night Football as the Cowboys take on the Giants on ABC and ESPN. Stream games live on your mobile phone with NFL Plus.
A rivalry that goes back 7 decades. This throws Johnson. Myers caught. Is the difference? Pickens with a sensational rookie second round pick. Brissett came off 2 TD passes tonight, looking sharp. The Steelers 34-1-1 in the most recent 36 games against this opponent. Browns started slowly. Last 3 drives have been great. Of course, Ben Roethlisberger was 25-2 with 1 tie against Cleveland. Al Michaels with Kirk Herbstreit, Kaylee Hartung versus Energy Stadium in Cleveland, beginning with 3. Steelers will get it. Olszewski is back to third. And York to send it down to the end zone, and it will be run back for a yard in. Olszewski looking for room to the outside. It's fouled at the 17-yard line. Moment spoke with Kevin Stefanski.
Coach, after 2 weeks of miscommunications, how do you feel your defense has responded?
That was pretty good. Honestly, there's things to clean up. Okay, that's a good attack that we're facing. So just got to make a couple plays on the ball. We're trying to take this thing away from the ground months there. But we got to come up with it.
Yeah, what does your offense need to do to separate itself in the second half?
We got just finish. We didn't start fast, but I think we've got a good feel for what they're going to do to us, and I think we got a good plan. We just got to get finished.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Start with Trubisky in the pistol for the first time tonight. And the outside of Johnson. Talk about him tonight.
Yeah, but we've not called his name much at all, if at all. And they've done a nice job. And, a lot of these are rollouts, and you're just getting away from them. Good double teams when they do throw from the pocket. But, he told us yesterday how much pride he takes in defending the run. He just does not have many opportunities tonight to make a play. Really good plan so far for him in the first half.
So the number 1 overall pick in the 17 draft, facing Trubisky, the number 2 overall pick by the Bears, who traded up to get him. 2nd and 9 on the run. The pass was incomplete. We saw Stefanski before. So Mike Tomlin is only the 3rd Pittsburgh coach. You had Chuck Noll, you had Bill Cowher, 53 years. Stefanski, meanwhile, the Browns in that period of time have had 21 head coaches, while the Steelers have had 3.
I knew it was a lot. I couldn't believe when you dropped that. Of course, you dropped that in the meeting to both guys. Both guys got it. Coach Tomlin really got a kick out of that.
Oh, he did. Of course, easy for him to say 16 years, right? In the Super Bowl win back in 08. Stefanski in his 3rd year led into that playoff win in 94. Warren is the back. He stays in the block. Trubisky is able to find his way free. The Browns say no catch. The officials say a catch. Yes. Claypool is there.
Great.
John Johnson covering on a play.
Good job of making a play. But this is a case where he has a tendency to want to get out when he doesn't need to. Look at this pocket. I mean, that's a great pocket. He gets out, and he relies on the athletic ability to make the play. But he didn't need to make it that tough.
Incomplete. Little Warren throwing the block that time on Anthony Walker to give Trubisky some time.
He's a physical running back, even though he is undersized. Out of Oklahoma State. That was really what he was known for. Looks like we got a flag, late flag here.
Clay Martin, who looks like be a referee out of Central Casting, doesn't he?
Gosh. Perfect form, right? Great beauty. Couldn't beat it. Terry was like that back in his day.
Very much so.
Very tight, snug.
4 men on the field on the defense. 5-yard penalty. It's 1st and 5.
What happened on the defense?
Terry only ripped 3 Super Bowls.
Exactly. But he looked good doing it.
He did. Joe Woods calling the defensive alignment. The guy who, along with a few other people, came under a lot of fire here last week for that meltdown against the Jets.
Talking to him this week. Grew up in Pittsburgh, huge Steelers fan. Very good friend with Mike Tomlin.
1st and 5 after the penalty. Over left guard. Setting up 2nd and 1. Najee Harris. Meanwhile, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah got hurt. Here it is. Take a look at him coming off the field here after this play.
He is a playmaker for this defense.
2nd down and 1 now. Traffic there, but threading his way for a 1st down. Here is Najee Harris, who now carried the ball a dozen times tonight for 52 yards.
We'll see what happens on this drive, but the Browns have helped the Steelers here. Allowed that conversion on 3rd long, 12 men on the field. So I'm going out here to start this second half. That's the key to the game. We've seen the Browns play good football and then have some miscues and some letdowns in the second half. Hey, Mike 50.
From the 42. Again on the ground, very short game. He gets stood up. Harris does. Like he looks.
Garrett said, enough of this. I got to get involved. I got to hit somebody. And he's able to collapse down and get involved. And usually you'll see him get down in there and get his shoulder into the ribs of a running back. He collapses down. He's just able to get his arms in there to try to help Phillips here to bring down Najee Harris. I'm sure he's frustrated by that first half.
Frustrated too. I mean, he's missing Jadeveon and Clowney, who gives them some bookend pass rushers ankle injury.
Great point.
Inactive tonight. 2nd and 7. Off play action. Settles underneath. He loves to do that. Najee Harris. Hurdling for a first down.
Sure does. I mean, he did that in college, Alabama. This is a great play with a jet sweep action with the rookie George Pickens. He goes up and over a defender.
Or Martin Emerson on that play. Trubisky. Protection is really good, but the coverage is good as well. He settles for Harris on the Anthony Walker reads it perfectly.
Watch Najee since he was a freshman at Alabama. I said, I think he looks in the mirror and sees a 190-pound back. And I said, wait till Warren, who is about 190, 200 pounds, he sees a 230-pound back. Very different running styles between these guys and different body styles.
Opening drive of the second half. Well, 4 on the play. Second down and 14. Putting Warren back in, put him in the slot. And a little shovel pass to him. Great looking play, and there goes the undrafted rookie. That flag is down.
God damn.
6-yard line.
That nigga.
And one of the Browns is down as well.
That nigga set it up.
At the 45, it's Anthony Walker with his helmet off. Anyway, you saw a flag come in as the play was developing, and they work on Walker right now. All right. Time out for the injury.
Time out for the injury.
week on Thursday Night Football. The Bengals in the Thursday Night Showdown of Speed versus Swagger. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, on Prime Video. Well, a sight you never want to see, obviously. The cart comes out. Walker is still down. Took a shot to the face and then was pounced upon. Here's the replay.
Yeah, you see contact there, and it's after he hits him. Jumps on top of him. I think that's where the flag came in.
He'll get fined.
For the right tackle. Pretty violent hit there before.
Yeah.
He got on top. He jumped on top.
Walker's such an integral part of that defense.
Sets out there making sure he's okay. Walker, the leader of that front.
The penalty is going to be for ineligible man downfield. We'll get that call. Martin hasn't made that yet. Terry, what did you see on that replay?
Well, we were talking to New York, Al, and they've told us that it is a foul for an ineligible downfield. I really don't know why we haven't heard an announcement from the referee yet. Originally, we did think it might have been a first personal foul, unnecessary roughness when he piled on top of the player on the ground, but it's not. We're told it's an ineligible downfield. Here's the call.
Hey, eligible player downfield on the forward pass. Offense number 76. Regular penalty.
So that's a 4-4, and it negates what would have been a huge game deep into Cleveland territory.
Saw him have a brace on that left leg as he was put on the card. So now both the linebackers are down.
So yes, also going on. He's out. Walker's out. So it's a couple of backups in there right now for Cleveland on a second down and 19. And Trubisky to the outside throws, and that's caught. Picks up a lot of yardage there, setting up a third and short. It's Deontay Johnson making the catch, his sixth of the game.
Man-to-man coverage. Remember, Ward's had some issues in recent weeks in the zone. One-on-one, eyes in the backfield, trying to read the quarterback. Good route by Deontay Johnson coming back to the ball. Ward didn't look quite sure what the coverage was again. See him looking back inside to the defense.
Happened much too much in the secondary. 3rd and 5. Warren is the back. The pass is deflected and incomplete, and a flag throw. It was a 3rd and 5. Play Martin again. Eventually.
Pass interference. Offense.
It's on Claypool.
Claypool and Emerson collide. 23 to the right. Once he works to the outside, that's where he, that going offensive pass interference prevented Emerson from being able to stay with Pickens.
That's why Martin was looking over to the Cleveland bench to see what Stefanski wanted him to do on the call.
Right.
They declined, so it's 4th down and 5. In comes the punt crew. Chester Rogers is back. Presley Harvin. Presley Harvin III sounds like an aristocrat. Does the punting. Good rookie season. 2nd year out of Georgia Tech. Trying to draw Cleveland offside if nothing else. You're in a position here, even a 5-yard penalty is going to be consequential, you would think.
Play game. Offense, number 6. I got to 4th down.
So the line of scrimmage becomes the 46-yard line. Harvington I just punted once for 39 yards. That's the slide to his right. The ball is a short kick, fielded, fair caught at the 14 by Rogers.
We're taking a break, guys.
Grabs that.
Some kind of state-of-the-art bar that's made for that. I've never seen that. I mean, he's a running back. He's a running back. He was a workout warrior at Georgia, but I think he's gone to a whole other level here in the NFL.
No question.
Hard to bring down.
Second in the league in rushing coming into the game. Whole career, he's averaged over 5 yards per rush. 5'8" coming into the game tonight. And here he goes. He's able to turn a loss into, if nothing else, a small game. Fewest carries to 5,000 rushing yards in NFL history. Michael Vick, of all people, 694. Jamal Charles, 896, and there's Chubb. Yards per carry, there it is. The league average is always around 4.2. Shows you how proficient he's been.
Yeah, and throughout his career, we've been talking about it all week. He's been relatively quiet, averaging about 4.4 against this Steeler defense in his career. 5.5 against every other defense he's gone up against in the league.
5 wide on the 2nd and 9. To the outside. Good pass right there. Cooper. That runs the sideline. Big game.
They're not doing this in.
The command, the accuracy, decision making. He sees Cooper off to the right. Soft coverage. Quick little out. Anticipates the throw. Gets it to the outside and takes advantage of that matchup. Man, he is, again, after the first 2 drives, this offense is settled in. Really, the only time they were stopped is when Cooper dropped that 4th down play right before the half.
Absolutely. Gain of 28. Rounds at the 43. A little over 8 minutes to go in the 3rd. Off the fake. Set station in the block. Passes over here. Joku. Let's pick that up in 2 weeks.
Damn, look at me hold on to his foot.
The ball's getting out fast. Stefanski's done a nice job of mixing up these looks, running the ball, getting the ball out. It's this screen, which they did so much of last week against the Jets. The timing of their screen game with Bill Callahan as a line coach, where they time it up well, they really sell it. Makes the defense think the ball's going downfield, and makes it easy for those linemen to get out front.
Njoku, 8 targets, 8 catches for 81 yards. Through the middle. Shot. Inside the 40. And that's why he does that.
Pushing his ass.
That's why he does all them squats.
Perfect timing to show how committed he
That's
is
a
to that
good
weight
game,
room.
man.
His lower half is as strong as anybody's.
This is a
the
good
other thing is, probably the most humble superstar in the
That nigga's
NFL.
pushing.
He's just a grinder. And let's not forget about this offensive line. This is a veteran group.
The fisherman said it wasn't cool. Yeah, that season. Yeah, confident. Second and
Come on, man. Somebody scope. Hey. Somebody scope. Throw it down deep. Throw it deep.
rolling, flag thrown. One of the first time we'll see like that.
Got a hold there on the right side.
Holding.
Michael Dunn.
Offense number 68. Turn out penalty. Replay 79.
Negates that game. Make a second down, and it's called 11.
Yeah, they go unbalanced to the right there, bring in Dunn. You can see the push. He's just trying to withstand that linebacker blitz by Spillane, and one thing he can really do is lock up on him on the outside and prevent him from getting in there and obviously holds.
Shot. Cuts it back. Man, he's good. This just in, he's good.
That's all you need to say. How about Jack Conklin being back? Had the injury last year. He does a good job at blocking on the backside. There's that jump cut. But it's the vision and the patience. That play's designed to go left. It could bounce to the outside, or he can cut it all the way back. Stays on the tracks and eventually works back to the backside. Follows the right tackle's block cut behind Jack Conklin.
See Conklin back after knee surgery. Jeff averaging 7 yards per carry tonight. 3rd and 3. Hunt. Come up a little short. Just shy of the 35-yard line.
There's no way he doesn't go for this. I mean, they've got a little bit of momentum here. They've got backs. They got a big line. We saw the quarterback percent earlier with a good push. You mentioned how he's one of the best in the league when it comes to quarterback sneaks.
Sure. In that situation right now, he's 29 out of 30 is percent on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. Jab in backfield. Give it to Hunt. You put 1 and 1A both in the backfield. Jump goes to the outside. Hunt goes through the middle first down.
And they motioned him.
The Browns moving, bro.
Sneak, or he's going to give it to Chubb. But by motioning him in there late, they're able to really surprise this Pittsburgh defense.
Left tackle Jedrick Willis is hurt. He's down on the turf.
He comes in late. By the time this defense, they're pinching. They're thinking quarterback sneak. After all the stats you mentioned, of course they're thinking that the big man's going to keep it. Instead, they give it to a fullback, even though he's a tailback, after they motion him into the backfield.
First down, but the left tackle, Wills, is down on the grass.
Oh, man. Another injury. Break.
The Lord of the Rings of Power, and Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan included from Prime. See where it takes you. Prime Video.
Jack Ryan.
There is the left tackle. Yep, Jedrick Wills walking off and going to the medical tent, and here is what happened.
He just gets rolled up on. Good push there by his own player, and he rolls up Cam Hayward right on it. But a lot of times you hold your breath in those, but he did walk off.
So now from the 27 with 4:20 remaining in the third, in a 1-point game. The Steelers on top. Chuck. To the 24, let's go to Kaylee.
Well, not long after we saw linebacker Anthony Walker carted off the field, clearly in pain. The team's confirmed he is out for the game. They've x-rayed his knee, and they're looking into it. Also, his fellow linebacker Jeremiah Okafor-Koromoa, he's questionable to return with a quad injury, and defensive tackle Taven Bryan is questionable with a hamstring injury out.
Kaylee, 3 guys on defense is into the backfield here on second down and 7. Pass is caught a little short of the first down at the 19-yard line by Amari Cooper. 4 Pro Bowl wide receivers who got traded in the offseason. Now we're sending them to Cleveland. No huddle here. 3rd and 1. Sentinel taking himself, and there he goes. Does it again.
Update the stats.
Yeah. 30 out of 31.
And the second time he's done that tonight. I think it's what Pittsburgh was expecting on the 4th and 1. Good surge up front. And this is one of the better offensive lines, especially tandem of guards in the NFL. So they're going to get a good push, and a big man gets right behind it as they move into the red zone yet again.
On 70 yards in 10 plays, this drive, 6.5 minutes old. Stepping up, throwing, and incomplete. Dropped it. The jungle was there, and Cam Sutton with the coverage on the play.
Sutton does a really good job of coming off the young receiver, David Bell. You're going to see him go through the tight end work out to the flat, but you can't see his Sutton comes off of his receiver and gets his foot in the ground and is able to disrupt the timing there. Great job using his eyes. Clean play there by Sutton.
Joko, targeted 9 times. It's the first incomplete. 2 of 8 catches, 9 targets. Quickly again, 2nd down and 10. Blitz coming. Picked it up. Incomplete. And not even turning around. It's the back of Witherspoon with the coverage on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
And you hear that rip. And the offensive line is going to have to move to their right, sensing that blitz coming from the backer, which it did, and they were able to pick it up. Just the timing, not quite there. He threw that ball to the inside. Witherspoon with good coverage. Didn't have his head turned around, or that would have been an interception. 2 for 2 in the red zone. They'd be down here and come away with 2 touchdowns. Now they got a 3rd and long.
3rd and 10 from the 16. Set in the pocket, fires all in the middle, and that'll be Kareem Hunt, but they're short with the 1st down. And it's going to be 4th. What are they going to say? Incomplete or complete? 4th down. Going to bring it back.
Either way, it's going to be 4th down. It's like soon as he hit his hands, it bounced down and back up into his hands.
Right.
So it will be incomplete and make that kick with this wind a little bit tougher.
Cost him about 8 yards. Again, kicking into what was to a manner. Well, there's Witherspoon shaken up, so the cornerback goes out. Meanwhile, you've got a chance for Cleveland to take the lead, but nothing is automatic, even though York did kick that 58-yarder on opening day, became the toast of the town.
Missed an extra point tonight, too.
He did.
And last week
as well. This is going to be a 34-yard attempt for the only kicker who was chosen in the entire draft. Can they take the lead? Hawkins to hold it.
You're gonna miss it.
And this one is true. 34 yards. Browns back on top.
All right, we're going on a break. Browns at the field goal.
His team right now in arrears by 2. If I had a debate team, he'd be my captain.
Oh,
Answer that question.
Oh, he's incredible. You know, when you have longevity like that, you lose players, they kind of come and go. It's a culture, right? It starts with ownership down to the head coach. There's that continuity where they see things through the same lens.
Well, you look at the Steelers, 3 head coaches in 53 years. There have been 5 Roman Catholic popes. And, well, 2 monarchs up to date in Great Britain.
Pretty good run, right?
Yeah, I would say.
You stack that ownership up with all the professional sports.
Well,
they're the top.
Well, you won 6 Super Bowls, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying, of all everybody, you include everybody, the Brady family right there.
No question. And the 25-yard line on first down.
See if the Steelers can get things going here. They came out to start the second half. We talked about it was kind of a sloppy drive. They lost some of the rhythm that they had, moving Trubisky around, mixing up the tempos. Matt Canada and Trubisky had an incredible first half, trying to reestablish that here.
Browns got fit at linebacker with those 2 injuries at the moment. And of course, Clowney was inactive tonight. We're going down the depth chart. Meanwhile, Trubisky has to really get tripped up there by Taki. Third down.
It's another way you handle Myles Garrett is you don't have to block him. You just read him. You know, read the big man. Don't block him. If he collapses down, pull it out. Something that Trubisky did a bunch in college. Very comfortable with that.
And North Carolina, 3rd down and 3. Extra man coming. Pace. Johnson can't pull it in. Deontay Johnson was there. Denzel Ward right with him, 4th down.
This time, Myles Garrett is there. and applies the pressure. But let's give Trubisky a lot of credit. He knows 95's coming on his blind side, but he locks in and makes a great throw to the outside shoulder of Deontay Johnson. He somehow lets that ball get through his hands. Should have caught that football.
Marvin, his third punt of the night. Wobbly angle to it the far side, but stays inbounds. Gets lucky to get some extra yardage on the bounce. Browns starting with the 20-yard line. To Cincinnati we go. Bill Belichick might have said at one point on to Cincinnati that we will go on to Cincinnati as the Miami Dolphins, the Red Hot Dolphins, will hit America win against Florida against the Bengals. 2 last week, 6 touchdowns.
And that sixth one when it really counted. I mean, that game was going back and forth. Everybody's talking about leading into this season, Tyreek Hill, what he would mean to in this offense. And first couple of weeks, they sure are living up to it. Throwing Jalen Waddle as well.
Oh, yeah, crazy game last week, and hopefully another one next week. Down in Cincinnati, Chubb. He cuts on a dime, picks up 5.
They're mixing up the run with some pass from Brissett. What we've seen a lot of tonight is just getting the ball out. Let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS. A lot of these throws under 2.5 seconds. Tough to get pressure on him, especially when he puts that foot in the ground. He's throwing in rhythm. He's got open targets against that zone defense that Steelers have played a lot of tonight. He's seeing coverage very, very well.
Final half minute of the third. 2nd and 5. Chubb again. And the fourth quarter is likely to begin with a 3rd down and 1.
You see, by the way, Wills back in the lineup at left tackle. We saw him go down into the locker room and now back out to the Browns offensive line.
To the fourth we go with Cleveland on top 16-14. Last score of 16-14. Al Michaels, Kirk Street, Keeley Hartung. We start with a 3rd and 1 from the 29-yard line. Off play action. Brissett's going to go deep downfield, wide open. Cooper with a 40-yard line. Tackled by Sutton. How about that call on the 3rd down and 1?
What a call. You're thinking, of course, they're going to run this ball. It's man-to-man on the outside. Play action. Now look at the top. One-on-one with Amari Cooper against Sutton. You take that, you throw the ball away from Sutton, you let your man run to it. Great job of one of the best route runners in the league. Amari Cooper getting that separation and a call. Heck of a call there by Kevin Stefanski.
Bold call. Very. 7 catches and 101 yards for Cooper tonight. To the ground again. Another great move by Jeff. Fanciful bowling pitch to the 23-yard line. He goes. And that's over 100 yards tonight for Nick Chubb.
Again, this is zone play off to the left. Designed to the left, puts the foot in the ground, little jump cut, division, off of that block by Wyatt Teller. This defense, they're on the ropes. They came in defending the most plays of anybody in the league, and now you got to deal with this. Look at that line, getting a great push. They trust their back to use his vision and be able to find that hole, either play side or backside.
And run defense has been a big problem. New England proved that last week, running out the clock with 6.5 minutes. Here's Hunt now. Big hole. Kareem Hunt. Gain the lead. Posick blocked. 2nd and short.
That's a great effort by Posick. He's making a block. He has to work to the right on a reach block. Watch him work to the right and then turn his body, his backside to the hole. That gives him a Hunt plenty of room, and you can see Teller just up to the linebacker. Just a clinic right now up front with the Browns offensive line.
Browns 146 rushing yards. 2nd and 2. More coming here. It's the 2 he needs. Hunt does. Highsmith makes the tackle.
We talked about that last 6:33. They're trying to get the ball back last week against the Patriots. And to the credit of New England, they took advantage of a worn-down Pittsburgh defense. And Stefanski using the 1-2 punch of Chubb and Hunt and a veteran offensive line. They knew if they could get Mike Tomlin's defense into the 4th quarter, they could try to lean on him and try to wear him down.
Great balance in the Cleveland offense tonight. 147 rushing yards, 203 through the air, 3rd and inches. There he goes. And Brissett not only picks up one, a lot more as well.
That's what I love about this guy. Look at him. He's taking ownership of this team.
And he's going, I know who's coming week 13, but, I'm going to show you what I got right now.
Yeah, and the crowd feeds off of him. Watch this line. I thought he was going to slip through there. He keeps his legs driving. He almost goes in. It's like a peewee play. He almost goes into the end zone. Love the fire from 7. Love it.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Hunt the running back. Give it to him. Kareem Hunt doing his thing. Picks up 5. Antonio. As good as it gets at guard, leading the way.
He's been pulling all night. And this time he just blows up the defender. Just no chance. Should pull around from the left over here and just makes a heck of a block. Just boom! Gives Hunt again another jump cut underneath. Look at it, the best left guard in the National Football League tonight.
It's the least glamorous position, but he's made it a beauty contest. Hunt to the outside. It's stuck at the 1-yard line. Teller that time, leading the way. He pulled. 3rd and goal.
And they run the same thing this time. Try to run it over to the left side. Bush, who's been active, he's just trying to hold up here late in this game. Takes a hit, keeps going, and then holds on and slams into the ground. Good job of working through traffic there by Devin Bush.
Just outside the 1 on a 3rd and goal. Set out of the gun. Hands it. And can he chug his way? No. Punt again. 4th and goal.
Well, Chris Wormley gets there initially, getting off of his block from Wyatt Teller. And you can see the rest of that defense. Fitzpatrick, who we've not called his name much tonight at all, in there helping make a push as well.
Chubb comes back in on 4th and goal. I think percent tries to sneak in for 4. I don't know. But hold in there at fullback and give the ball to Chubb. Makes it look easy. Touchdown. Fourth and goal, first time tonight. They bring a left guard Froholt in to play fullback. Helps them lead the way. Chubb to the end zone.
Why not throw in another offensive lineman? What's great is you got Antonio also in there helping to just make sure that their talented running back has enough room to get that touchdown.
Big extra point here to turn it into a 2-possession game. Right now, an 8-point lead. York tries to make it 9. A wobbly kick, and through it goes.
Well, you better watch out, bro. Cleveland up 23-7. 23-14.
11 plays. 9-point lead.
Right back.
Impressive drive by this Cleveland Browns offense. Taking advantage of having 2 talented backs, talented, experienced offensive line. They ran 11 plays on that drive, 10 runs, trying to wear down this defense, and it worked. Mixed up different styles, inside, outside, but then right at it. Put the ball in the end zone to get this half lead.
That Pittsburgh defense, they had to defend 94 plays against Cincinnati. There you go. And you have Chubb and Hunt easy to do. They had 66 plays they defended last week, and tonight Cleveland's already run 60 plays. And he bombs that one into the stands. So let's take a look at the upcoming schedules. So for the Steelers, they get the Jets at home in 10 days. But then look at that. At
Buffalo and Tampa Bay, Miami, and Philadelphia.
Meanwhile, the Browns go to Atlanta in 10 days.
This is getting a hard schedule. And the Browns are too.
Here back to back at Baltimore and Cincinnati at home. Much tougher for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, absolutely is. the way Philly's playing right now.
For the 25-yard line. Harris gets tripped up in the backfield. No gain.
Come on, Harris.
Let's not forget where this offense was a week ago.
That ain't like Harris. He get like at least 5 yards at a time.
They work a lot better. Matt Canada's put together a nice plan. It's not been as good in this second half. They haven't had the ball much in this second half because of the Browns' offense. Like, they got to put it together now with the way they're moving the ball early in this game. Receivers got to get separation.
Come on, Jabinsky.
Ice cream's like so good.
Under 9 minutes to play. Trubisky, good protection, fires into traffic and incomplete. Ended there from Chase Claypool, broken up by the former
Brown defense looking still.
3rd and 10.
Taki does a pretty good job himself. Linebacker here just kind of sinking back. It's a tight window, like you said. Now watch this. He's trying to go over the top of Taki. But he also had Johnson in there. Eventually comes up and hits Claypool to separate him from the ball.
You think Taki is a TikTok? No, never mind.
I was waiting.
I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
Pick on the team.
3rd and 10.
Taki.
And the left guard moves.
Brown trying to take over.
Last 2 games, the first 2 games of the year, this Cleveland defense, they've been in a position to close games out, and they've had breakdown. This is where you try to become a different team that's going to learn from mistakes, a team that's ready to be serious about this year. They got to make sure they're on the same page on the back end.
There's only 6 third downs to convert just once. 30-15. Have to get to the 35-yard line. The pass is too high and incomplete. And that is a very fast way out.
That's a very loud.
47 seconds.
Wow.
It's 2 straight 3 and outs. Defense, it's already on the ropes.
Come on, Trubinsky.
Think about what they've had to deal with in this second half with the way the Browns have been moving the ball, especially on the ground.
Browns have run 60 plays. Still at 8.5 to play. Harden's kick. Fielded on the 34-yard line. Taken down to 39. Just Rodgers, 8.5 to go. And Ohio. Three jobs this week.
I've been meaning to ask you all night. What is going on at the 50-yard line?
That is Brownie the Elf, right?
Yeah.
That's the new logo. He was the mascot when the team first came into professional football, the American Football Conference
Yeah.
in 1946. And I'll tell you the rest of the story in a second as they start this drive in the 2-yard game by Chuck. So they had a fan poll. And, was it going to be a dog in the middle? Was it going to be the helmet? Instead, this was the logo that won. Now, you tell me what you think, okay?
Honestly, or?
No.
You're talking about what you talking about.
I don't dishonestly.
What is that?
I'm not a fan, man. I guess, what used to be at the 50?
Well, they had the Browns helmet, which is the simplest of helmets.
Yeah.
And then I think there was nothing the last couple of years, so they took a fan poll, and this is what won. Brownie the Elf, you tell me. Second and 8.
I'm going to say thumbs down. What do you think?
Well, first of all, you got the Joko right there with Brownie the Elf picking up the first down. The fans loved it because when he was the mascot,
Can't be the Bengal.
in the early years, they won the championships. So maybe they're trying to bring back some luck here. Elf luck.
Well, this is a football team that has a
They can't be the best.
to be very
It's
competitive.
always Chicago
They
Bears.
can stay healthy. Everyone wants to talk about Deshaun Watson coming back. In the meantime,
Chicago Bears.
they got a quarterback in these first few weeks that is really doing a good job of just managing the game and just being in control. And his experience has really shown.
He doesn't want to be called a game manager. He's been more than that tonight, for sure. 3-yard game here by Chubb. Minka Fitzpatrick, who was off to a blazing start, had a pick 6 in the opener, interception last week, but tonight, never called his name very often.
And I think if you go back to our meeting yesterday,
What?
first thing he's doing after he breaks the huddle, he's going to locate
Gotta do it
39.
with
They've
B.
been trying to work away from him as much as they can.
It's interesting because we were talking to Mahomes last week before the Kansas City game, and he said the first guy I look for is Derwin James, who plays that same role basically for the Chargers. 2nd and 7. Chubb, and this time he can't get out of the backfield, so they finally stop him. It's Alex Highsmith making the tackle for
Okay, you gotta stop one more time. Get the ball back.
Crashed that play. Tired of seeing Chubb run away from him and just chasing it down from behind. With TJ Watt down, the man was
TJ who?
swung over to 56. Highsmith, you can see there's just nothing they could do there. Use that speed and doesn't hesitate. He was very decisive there and being able to make that play into the backfield.
Third and 12, if nothing else, they're milking that play clock here.
Absolutely.
Under 6 minutes to go. 9-point lead. Hunt is the back.
Mari Cooper.
Set, fires. Oh, and Cooper had it. Couldn't hold it. Right there, couldn't hold it. Big night for Cooper, but a drop here after 7 catches.
And Brissett put a little bit more on that one. He got back
Can't be
on
the
his
Bengals.
last step and just fired an absolute seed. Anticipates it, leads him into that hole, and it just goes right off of his face mask. What you couldn't see in super slow-mo is there was some smoke coming off the back of that football.
Nah.
100-mile-an-hour fastball right there. Olszewski is back. The work has to punt. His 3rd kick of the night. Olszewski lets it bounce. Can the Browns down it? Yes, they can to pin him at the 5-yard line. Perfect. And Ohio, there's the whole thing. Big Gang, if you join us late, this happened in the first half. I mean, this is one of the great catches you will ever see.
Yeah, a great throw, but we're all going to be talking about the catch. One-handed grab, comes down, the strength to hold on to that football as he comes to the ground. It did not move. He got it secured. Showed what he's capable of doing when Trubisky throws the ball downfield at 14.
Second round pick out of Georgia. Wide to the right. They backed up from their own 6-yard
Let me
line.
ask you.
Trubisky rolling in front and it's going Claypool making the grab for a gain. About 7 yards, second down.
That's what we saw a lot of in the first half. Just moving that launch point. Does a couple things. It gets you away from Miles Garrett, move away from him there, but it also puts your quarterback where he's most comfortable. He is one who's had to step in. He's blitzing out. Who's had to step in.
Nine yards on 3 punts. Rodgers spins and takes it back to midfield with 4:18. Matchup next week to Cincinnati. The Dolphins, who right now are 2-0, taking on the Bengals, who are 0-2. The AFC reigning champions kick off at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Prime Video.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
See the frustration on the sideline. It's a young team, a lot of emotion. Receivers want opportunities to make plays. We saw that last week.
It's the ending of
They looked
trash.
better in the first half, but it's not gone their way.
They're talking about Trubisky.
Number 49. You know, as Hunt picks up too, the narrative in a town that, if they go to 1-2, is normally about the offense. But I think the narrative in Pittsburgh has to be as much about the defense. Albeit they're missing T.J. Watt, but I mean they've given up to like 375 yards.
Yeah, and you know as well as I do that they're different when TJ comes back. Who knows when that's going to be? And I think right now what you're seeing is a team that the offense doesn't allow the defense to believe in what they can do, what they're capable of doing. And I think they're tired. I mean, you mentioned how many snaps they faced the first couple of weeks. It's been another tough night tonight for them, especially in the second half, and they need 90 back as quickly as he can.
Well, that tells you something too. The record 52-24-2 with TJ, 0-5. And I think they're 6 if they don't come from behind here. They just took a timeout. Have to conserve the clock with 4:12. There's TJ Watt right there. 4:12 left in the fourth. 2nd and 8. Hand it to Chuck. And he'll get taken down at the 48-yard line. That's Cameron Hayward, whose brother also plays on it. His brother is 9 years younger than him. He was drafted. Connor Hayward, tight end.
What a pro Cameron Hayward is. Still out there as good as ever. He's been playing 12 years out of Ohio State. He's a big, strong man. He's Williams, his younger brother, Michigan State, the tight end, number 97 on the edge. And of course, they've been moving him outside, especially against the run, where TJ Watt would normally be. They've been moving the owl there. This time it's big Cam Hayward out there on the outside, trying to set the edge.
You won't. Up out of Ironhead.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
There it is. Big Dag. 3rd and 10 at the 49-yard line. Gets sacked at the 41-yard line. That's Alex Highsmith, who had 3 on opening day off Burrow, sets up 4th down.
Watch this inside move. You know, again, we keep talking about with TJ Watt down, who can apply the pressure? Most notably, Alex Highsmith. Goes a little bit of an outside move to Wills, and then he gives him the spin move back to the inside. Actually accelerates through that spin. There's nothing Brissett could do. Great move there by Highsmith.
Browns take the play clock down. Pittsburgh will save its last time out here. They'll get the ball with a little over 3 to play in regulation.
They still got time, bro. He run this back.
Shevsky
Bad punt.
lets it out of bounds inside the 20-yard line with 3:13 left in the 4th.
The question about Cleveland's defense was they played good for 3 quarters, they get into the 4th quarter, and then they have some miscues. Up to this point, the last 3 possessions, 3 and outs for Joe Woods' defense. Communication is a big emphasis this week. Everybody being on the same page. No busts, especially in zone coverage. They've had 3 straight possessions where they play very well.
For 3 straight 3 and outs. From the 20, Trubisky surveys, fires, and along the sideline, it is caught. Inbounds by Deontay Johnson.
Coaches still got time.
7th catch of the night.
That time Trubisky sat in that pocket.
They gonna score.
Didn't bail out on it. Potential there of Myles Garrett getting to him, but he trusts his offensive line and makes a good throw to the outside where only Johnson can make a play on it. And a heck of an effort by Johnson keeping his feet in bounds.
First down, fires into traffic.
Oh!
First of the night
Are you
by
missing?
the tight end Firebolt.
Did you just see that?
First time he's been targeted.
That throw by Trubisky. Again, standing in that pocket.
How about that catch?
Unnecessarily stands in there and makes a good
How about
throw
that
behind
catch?
Jacob Phillips here.
Quickly to the 41. Pass. That one is
Caught again. They finna score. Look. And they got 3 timeouts. It's not even 2 minutes yet. Look.
Finding some holes in that zone behind the backers, in front of the safeties. When you make that throw, it's got to be on a line.
On the 30-yard line.
2.5 to go.
Touchdown.
Going for it all now, and it is in the end zone. Incomplete because he was out of bounds. Emerson coming down would look to be for the moment the interception. Pickens, the intended receiver, out of bounds.
Right foot by Emerson as
Pickens
soon as
is
he
weak.
came down was out of bounds. Heck of an effort again. We saw Pickens make that circus catch. He tried to make another one with the one hand. The right foot right there once he secures the ball. Good call, Al. Happens quick. Didn't look like Pickens was trying to make another that same catch with the right hand.
For sure. He knows how to do it.
He sure does. Such a blink of an eye. They move the ball down field quickly. Got a shot here.
We've gone 54 yards, 4 plays.
Don't give up yet, Trubinsky.
Second down and 10.
Don't give up yet, Trubinsky. There you go,
To the
Trubinsky.
outside. That's caught.
Oh!
And trying to get out of bounds is Pickens, but he
George
can't.
Pick.
Clock keeps rolling.
Run another play.
2-minute warning. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Hurry up.
Trying to get a play off before the 2-minute stoppage, and they're able to, as Trubisky with a flag thrown, and that is incomplete. A flag
Another
thrown,
flag.
that had been set. Ward covering on the play, got another flag down there as well.
Deontay Johnson kind of nonchalantly getting back into position to get lined up. He was never lined up.
2 flags, one at the 23, one at the 2. the end of the call here. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning with a $157.
So he's not even set. The ball is snapped.
Their fouls by both teams on the play. Illegal shift. Offense is not all 11 players set prior to the snap. Pass interference. Defense, number 21. Let's put these offset at the previous spot. And then play third down.
So with 157, it'll be 3rd down and 5. On the other side of this 2-minute break. You know, the way it started, I thought we were going to have 100 punts tonight.
Yeah. Game of special teams with field goals and punts, but the offense warmed up.
So the watch list coming up, some big games coming up, Buffalo and Miami on CBS Sunday in the early window. Then you got Green Bay and Tampa Bay in the late window on Fox with Rodgers and Brady. Sanders, Sunday Night Football is in Denver this week. The 49ers and Garoppolo against Russell Wilson and company. Dallas and the Giants in a big one on ABC and ESPN on Monday night. And then we'll start week 4 with Miami and Cincinnati.
Of course, you and I are headed to Knoxville tonight. It's a busy weekend.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you're gonna be a celebrity quicker at the end of the show.
Oh, sure, yeah, right. I want to put on the torso, the mascot hat. Fine green. You take the elf down there with you. 3rd down and 5. 157. Brown in full throw. Only a 3-man rush, and Trubisky has to fire a dart that's incomplete. Try and move Jacob Phillips, who's played a nice game tonight.
I'll tell you what, Jacob Phillips in coverage. He's doing a really good job. Showing blitz, kind of walked up here. They got all their backers a little bit tight. He's looking for a crosser. There it is. It beats him initially with the length. Arm length is able to extend and knock that ball away before Fryermuth can make the catch.
39-yard attempt to try to make it a one-possession game. Chris Boswell.
Oh, that's really good.
And the Browns I think the Browns had 12 guys on the field. There's a flag down at the goal line. Boswell looking around, the kick went through the uprights. But was the plate blown dead before the snap? I think that's the call here.
12 men on the field in formation under defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Have to do it again at least 5 yards closer this time.
Drive Kevin Stefanski crazy. It's 3rd time now.
Yeah.
We've seen the Browns with 12 men on the field. Hey, communication. Everybody get on the same page.
There it is, the Dirty Dozen.
Yeah.
151 on the clock. Andy Smith is the special teams coordinator right there.
He's got a gun.
Oh, yeah. Thompson wanted to know why, the play was blown dead.
Need some more gum in your mouth, dude?
Very quickly, though, if 12 guys on the field, they throw the flag, the play is dead at that point, right?
Absolutely. 12 men more in formation with the snap imminent. It's a dead ball foul. No play.
Okay, so now you've got a 34-yard attempt. They're trying to make it a 6-point game. Keep
Do it.
in the game.
Do it.
Which he does.
You did it.
So So, Terry, what is it that Martin is telling Tomlin right now, do you think?
I assume he's explaining the rule, Al. That's the only thing I can think of, because there's no way you can have a snap take place with 12 in formation and the
Right.
snap imminent. It has to be a dead ball foul.
Anyway, the kick was good.
I thought about, they were 4th and 1 there after the penalty. I mean, and you take it, I know you need 2 possessions. You just take the 3 points.
I think you have to.
Yeah,
Like,
you
you
just
said,
do it
you don't get. You're right.
Yeah.
The game is over. Anyway, you got the hands team out there. You're gonna try an onside.
Bro, they get
kick
this
here.
outside kick, bro.
The Browns know all about an onside kick, don't they? Amari Cooper took the blame last week, saying I should have corralled it, but he didn't, and the Jets won the game.
Cooper is up here to the left. The Jets kick to the left. This time it looks like, at least initially, Steelers might be going the other direction.
Right. So we'll see what Boswell has in mind. He's been successful on a few of these in his career. Has to go 10 yards. Hopping.
Oh, he missed it!
Again. And a flag is thrown as the ball goes out of bounds.
Oh, man. Bro, he missed that shit. You see that? The Browns should have grabbed that bit. I mean, the Steelers.
I think it's Trey Norwood, 21 at the bottom. It's got an early start.
Yeah. That's a killer.
Oh, yeah.
For them.
Browns again had a hard time recovering that.
Yes, they did.
Jeez. All the way at the bottom there.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Right along the sideline.
Oh,
Early
man.
start. Martin to make it official here. Clay Martin.
Offside. Kicking team. Number 14. 5 yards to the end. Get it up in the spot. First down, Cleveland.
Yeah, that's George Pickens. So the rookie who made that fabulous catch earlier is the first guy across the line, and that in effect will await a finish to this one, even though the Steelers have one timeout. I'm not writing a finish to any game these days.
No, not after last week.
So Brissett leads him up for Brissett tonight, 21-31, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nothing fancy coming here.
I put big Michael Dunn in at fullback, backup center. Saw him in the goal line package lined up there.
So doing the quick math here, pull the timeout quickly. You still gonna have a few seconds left before a 4th down play. So Cleveland's gonna have to run it all the way to the end, unless it's a first down here. And Chuck takes it to the 43-yard line. So now Pittsburgh takes its final timeout. Okay.
I might get the ball back.
Games listening at Prime Video. TNF post game. And on TNF night. call it the time of the possum hunting moon.
He has got
Never heard that.
different.
You're kidding. The great Hugh Jackson, at the end, he said, I only have one goal in life. It's not to die in an airport parking lot. Who else could have come up with that line? So true. 54 seconds.
What you gonna do? You gonna stop him?
Can we get the yard and write an official?
They let him get the yard. That's game.
Chuck.
Oh, he didn't get it. He didn't get it.
Right there. Clock keeps rolling. Close enough for a measurement. Brown say we have it.
Because the dude's
Says, nope, you don't have it. Martin will stop the clock and bring in the change. Of course, if they're short, they'll run the clock. You still have 29 on the play clock, so there'll be a little bit of time, minimally, at the end.
It's two teams, 3 weeks in, obviously you got stuff to work on, but it's Brown's team. Without Deshaun Watson,
Oh, that's
there's
first
some
down.
pieces here. And it's a team that
That's first down.
I think feels different than they have in the past. Got a lot of
That's
speed
first
here.
down. Oh! Oh my God! That's like the tip of the ball.
The big question in Pittsburgh is going to be about the rookie, of course, Ryan Pickett. It's already started. I thought Trubisky, Kenny Pickett.
So got that shit by fucking the tip of the ball.
You got 10 days now to get ready. This is going to be a lot of buzz. Mike Tomlin's been very secure in saying, nope, we're not ready to talk about it.
Look at Pickens.
You know that's going to be talked about quite a bit over the course of the next week and a half.
One of the things you have to think about, they have the Jets at home, but then after that, we saw how tough that schedule
So do right down the 8. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to review
Yeah,
the
Ricky.
spot.
And his name Kenny Pickett.
No game ends without something going to Park Avenue.
You seen that dragon in there?
Stands there. It's like, look at that. Watch it. See, they're trying to see where the ball is, where that knee is down.
Yep. Jerry, you seeing anything we're not seeing?
Now, same thing you're seeing. You got the knee down. It looks to me like the ball is short when that knee hits. We kind of lose it, but to get a first down, he'd have to be much further beyond where it is. So I do believe this is short.
And they are cheating.
So they measured, what does that mean? You know, unless you have Gene Sterator's index card. Doesn't
They
matter.
gave it to him.
By the way, in defensive Trubisky, I think
Dang, Steelers get the ball.
I
Steelers get the ball. Steelers get the ball. Steelers get the
better. I don't know if this is the time
another
to
interception.
just panic and give up on what he can do for them.
I agree with that. And I go back to what we said at the beginning of the game with Tomlin. Look, somebody knows his team better than Mike.
Hey, can I get another hamburger?
Fans, as the saying goes, you'll start leaving. Yeah,
What?
You'll be sitting with him pretty soon.
Hamburger.
Such wisdom.
No cheese. White.
He sees it through.
Light
his own
ketchup.
lens, and he's able to focus on what he needs to do for his team.
Light ketchup.
You know, the other quarterback.
Steelers get the ball back. Steelers get the ball back.
For Pitt, right? The Heisman clock.
What do that mean?
And when Tom Brady had a bad
Somebody
game,
please tell me what that means.
14 in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And everybody, that was the famous game.
Is it time to panic?
The press is saying it's not for Garoppolo to start. Cincinnati. Right? Every question. I think on like that.
Is it time to panic?
We're on, moving on to Cincinnati.
No panic.
You end up with a Lombardi trophy.
You and I are moving on to Cincinnati.
We are.
We are.
Well, it's your home anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great.
You get mileage, right? You get something.
You have a big meal next week. It's a good town.
Old stomping grounds here. This is kind of crazy to have this kind of a delay to look at what?
Terry, get to the bottom of this, will you? What's going on? No,
So they're going to run short. We've heard from them. They're going to run short, and then they're going to have a 10-second runoff
Okay.
from the point he's down.
Okay.
After review, the winner was short on the line to game. The winner was short Congress to stop. The clock was at 50 seconds. Reset the game clock at 50 seconds. By rule, we will wait 10 seconds, down to 40 seconds. The game clock can start on my signal.
All right, so you go to 40, and you go to 25 on the play clock. So they do have to do something with this here.
Oh, this is gonna be a wild
After last
ending,
week.
bro.
Everybody just keep your seatbelt on.
Yeah, keep your seatbelt on. And this is gonna be a wild ending. They got 40 seconds left.
No, there'd be a lot of psychiatry appointments if this one didn't wind up in Cleveland's favor tomorrow. All right, so
Wait.
4th and inches.
Oh, they going for it. Well, if they don't get this,
Come up to the line here.
I should just keep the field going.
Wind the clock.
Yes, he's going to shake his time.
They can take it all the way down to about 15. Steelers have to make sure they don't jump, or that would end the game. Cleveland also has a timeout.
And they're going to use it. They're going to use that.
There we go. So now 14 seconds.
What are they doing?
Let's take the timeout. All right. What do you call here?
Well, he's bringing his punter out. So his
Hey, man,
punter's
what are
been
we
heading
doing?
Pittsburgh back. And
Like, what are we doing? Why we can't just go for it? Why are we giving them all back?
Just get it
Some
off.
crazy shit gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Crazy shit happened.
And Steelers now will
Trubisky ain't going up.
send one man back. Charlie, you went to snap it. Corey Cortez is the punter as he sets up at the 50-yard line. And the Steelers will put a mad rush on.
Mad rush. Block that shit. Block that shit. Ah.
This will take a lot of time off the clock. And out of bounds at the 4-yard line. So now you got 9 seconds to go 96 yards. What do you got to play with?
But for a team that lost last week on offense and defense and special teams, it wasn't just the defense for the Browns breaking down. It was everybody. Tonight, 9 seconds away from a win where everybody helps out. That's how you really grow as a team early in the season when everybody's able to contribute and you learn from a setback from a week ago.
Where's the Ringo Starr? It don't come easy.
That's exactly right.
Thanks for whatever it is.
When it comes to that, it's all you.
Here we go. Trubisky throwing. It's the old Stanford band play. Back at the 4-yard line. Into the end zone it goes. And the Browns are going to recover there. Denzel Ward. That's going to be a touchdown. There's no extra point, but that may be meaningful to some of you. And you know who I mean. 29-17, the Browns win it. Well, Garrett may have forced the fumble.
I think the ball just kind of came out on the lateral. It's on the ground, and Ward was able to come up with a touchdown. Looks good in the stat sheet for Denzel Ward end of the year.
Well, don't go anywhere. The post-game show is coming right up.
Yeah.